You are never going to be out of work as a grant writer. We have people come in the academy with no grant writing experience and quit their jobs within a year, their 9-to-5s, because they get clients, they understand how to do their services, and they have retainers, so they have cash flow. They're making more money as a freelance grant writer, working fewer hours, and able to have that actual flexibility with their schedule. Hello, Holly Rustic here with Grant Writing and Funding, and we are going to talk about something really spicy today, y'all. We're going to be talking about how freelance grant writing is more financially stable than a 9-to-5. What? Yes, this is one of our core beliefs because I've been doing this for a long time, y'all, and have worked with hundreds of people to do it. And I have seen the budgets at nonprofits. If you're working inside a nonprofit, guess what? I know how fragile your job is. But here's the thing. I used to think that even though with my secure job, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. I only got a portion of my health care covered. I worked on weekends and evenings on never-ending grant deadlines, and I only got paid to be a case manager, even though my main job was writing grants. I worked 2 jobs, but I only got paid for 1 because it's easier to hire someone as a case manager than a grant writer. I was guilted to not ask for a raise because it was for the cause. But for some reason, I still had that thought ingrained in my mind, I need a 9-to-5 for financial stability. And this came from a valid place, right? I was a single mom, still am today. I didn't have any other income, but here after staying at a toxic job is what I realized. The job kept me underpaid. Even though I was making ends meet on a paycheck to paycheck cycle, I was on a limited income, and when a doctor's bill came up, prices at the daycare went up, gas prices went up, my check never did. A job also kept me exhausted with only 2 weeks off per year in America and 10 federal holidays off. I never had time to recuperate and really live the life I imagined. Countless times I promised myself no more working on the weekends, but I would check my email or worked on a grant even during holidays because that's what the executive director would call me up to do. And those 2 weeks off, right, those holiday 2 weeks off were quickly used up with sick time because of all the times my daughter couldn't go to daycare because she was sick. We never got a vacation. A job also kept me codependent. With working from 8 in the morning till 6 at night, it's never a 9-to-5 really, right? I was the last person picking up my daughter at daycare, but I didn't feel like I could leave this job because it's all I had. But here's the kicker. My job never had that loyalty with me. If the budget wasn't renewed, I would have gotten laid off. I was codependent and I had nothing to lean on. Chances are you may have that same thought about a 9-to-5 providing financial stability and be in the same situation that I was. Let me be very clear. I only became financially stable when I realized that my job was only creating a survival level of existence and a false sense of security. Let me share with you the epiphany I had. Your job is not your provider. So what creates financial stability? Your skills and systems. Your skills and systems. What is financially stable and safe is when you learn how to create income with your grant writing skills, no matter if you need to take off traditional work time because you are raising young kids at home, because you're taking care of loved ones. Maybe you need to move because of your spouse's work or your partner's work. You need to bring in extra income because of inflation, paying off debt, home ownership, retirement, college loans for your kids, like all the things. You cannot get fired, laid off, or let go because of a nonprofit's volatile budget. When I realized all of this and got serious about my skills and services as a freelance grant writer, my business flourished. I got my first 6 figures in 1 year. I got a $50K contract with 1 client. I won millions of dollars in grants and my reputation grew. All from this thought. My skills and systems are what is going to be my provider. I started taking real vacations with my daughter. We've now been to Portugal, Japan, Florida, New York. We've been all over. We've been to Singapore, the Philippines, and I was no longer codependent. right, with a relationship with a job. I was finally secure. And it wasn't because I got married or found a man. It was because I set up a streamlined business and quit my toxic nonprofit job. In the Academy, we show you how to quit your job responsibly, safely, and securely so you can transition into freelance grant writing with stability. Even if you're a single mom, have littles at home, or take care of a loved one, right? It is so important just to start with this thought, with a thought of my skills and my systems are my provider. And when you do this, you'll never be out of a job, right? There are over 1.5 million nonprofits in the United States alone. You are never going to be out of work as a grant writer. We have people come in the Academy with no grant writing experience and quit their jobs within a year, their 9-to-5s, because they get clients, they understand how to do their services, and they have retainers, so they have cash flow. They're making more money as a freelance grant writer, working fewer hours, and able to have that actual flexibility with their schedule. There's a lot of things out there that you're gonna see on Instagram, like get rich overnight. This is not that. I'm not saying that. You still have to learn the skills of grant writing. You still have to learn the skills of sales with nonprofits. It is a job, grant writing, that has been around for a long time. I was a digital nomad back in 2005 before I even knew what that was, before that was even a term with my grant writing. I actually went to, did my master's in Belgium while I was writing grants on the side as a freelance grant writer. That was in 2009. Like, I have been able to get jobs anywhere, been able to work on the side from freelance grant writing. It is something that is here to stay, and it is what you will always be able to lean back on if that nonprofit cuts their budget, if you get fired, all of the things. Because as loyal as you feel like you are to your job, let me tell you, there is fragility in that job, right? There is not the same level of loyalty back, and you are going to just be spinning if you don't have something to lean back on. And I'm saying this especially to you women, especially to you single moms out there, learn a skill that you can always lean back on, and grant writing is one of those. And sign up to our free weekly newsletter that is Write Grants, Get Paid. Make sure you see it in the description below. So follow us on YouTube so you can go ahead and see all of our great content.